Hello. Oh my goodness, what a wonderful response. Hi everybody. It's good to see you this afternoon on behalf of the pastors, the staff, but most importantly, the people of St. Paul's. Welcome to this special Mother's Day concert featuring the music of Ken Medema. I have known about Ken probably my entire musical life, but didn't experience Ken until 1999, when I was a delegate to the Pacifica Synod Assembly in California. I had allowed myself to get elected to the church board at the church where I was serving, which was an experience. So I can relate to all of you who have served on church boards. And I went as a delegate, and Tony Campolo was the guest preacher for the Synod Assembly, and the guest musician was Ken. And I remember at each worship service, Ken would provide music and respond to the message that Tony would give, and I was floored. pulled into the moment in ways that I had never been before. And that stuck with me for a very long time. And then I got to finally meet Ken face to face 2 years ago at the National Conference for ACDA, and was fortunate to also meet his manager, Bev, in the back there running sound, who has been working with Ken for now, this is their 39th year working together, and Bev likes to say it was when she was 5 she started working with Ken. And they had to get around all kinds of labor laws to make that happen. But we are very fortunate to have them both here, and you are in for a real treat. If you are a guest, just want to quickly let you know where our restrooms are. If you go back out the back doors of the sanctuary, down the hall to your right, as if you're going to leave the building, but don't. You're going to go all the way to those doors, make a right, and there's a set of bathrooms right there on the right for you if you need bathrooms. As you came in, hopefully you saw that we have some free will offering baskets back there and some digital signage so you can donate electronically if that's your choice, if that's your way of giving. That's there for you too. So I am thrilled to introduce to you the one and only, the unique Ken Medema.
Oh, goodness. So, Mark, of all the introductions I've ever had, that was the most recent. It all started with my mother. She was a lover of music. There was a piano in the house. And here's a little 8-year-old boy tinkering with a piano, finding little chords, playing songs he heard on the radio. And then came the day my mother declared the boy needs lessons. So she searched here and she searched there. She searched around everywhere. Found the most highly regarded, conservatory trained, and ridiculously expensive teacher in town whom we could ill afford. So I went for an audition, played some scales, played some arpeggios. She said, I'll take him, and here's my rate. And my mother, who's a very quiet, restrained woman, said, we can't afford you, but you'll want him. And thus began the long, long journey that led me to this very day. A Mother's Day, a day in May in 2025, with a passion and a longing to let the music come alive. Make up a song, said my mama long ago, when you walk in the bright morning sun. Make up a song, said a thirst in my soul, when you listen to the Grand River run. Make up a song, when you messed up somehow, and you can't change the harm you have done. Make up a song, put it all out there and sing. Oh, make up a song when you're 13 years old and you've just met the girl of your dreams. Make up a song when you watch politicians raping the poor with their schemes. Make up a song when your teenage daughter is falling apart at the seams. Make up a song, oh, put it all out there and sing. Sing right out loud when you're laughing. Sing through your tears when you're crying. Sing on the ground when you're crawling. Sing in the sky when you're flying. Sing in the days of your living. Make up a song for the night of your dying. Make up a song, oh, put it all out there and sing. So let the music never end, until strangers turn to friends. From birth until death, and with every last breath, let the music never end. Let the song go on and on, through the night until the dawn. Sing your joys and your tears and your hopes and your fears. Let the song go on and on and on and on. Like this. Make up a song when you realize at last yesterday's church won't survive. Make up a song when you wake up one morning and you're glad that you're simply alive. Make up a song when you made it through the rain and you're watching your grandchildren thrive. Make up a song, put it all out there and sing. Make up a song for the friends and companions who are standing right here by your side. Make up a song when the question's not answered, for the things that you've not yet tried. Oh, make up a song for one more time. The audience wants a musical ride. Make up a song, oh, put it all out there and sing. Sing right out loud when you're laughing. Sing through your tears when you're crying. Sing on the ground when you're crawling. Sing in the sky when you're flying. Sing in the days of your living. Make up a song for the night of your dying. Make up a song, put it all out there and sing. Let the music never end, until strangers turn to friends. From birth until death, and with every last breath, let the music never end. Let the song go on and on, through the night until the dawn. Sing your joys and your tears, and your hopes and your fears. Song go on and on and on. Let the song go on and on and on. Let the song go on and on and on. Let the song go on and on and on. Sing, 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 sing. My mom was one of 12 kids, and it was a very stiff upper lip Dutch family. You didn't express your emotions much. You didn't break down ever. My mother would go to family coffee parties on Friday night, and if she ever said anything about, being a mother of two blind children, I have a sister who's 3 years younger than I, mother of 2 blind children. Husband is off in Florida in the Navy. So here she was raising 2 blind children all by herself, and her family would say things like, "You must have done something wrong to have 2 blind kids." Or, "Just get through it." But she had a group of people, a little coffee clutch group of people. There was Tress and Dorothy and Donna and Edna. And they would come together every couple of days around my mother's dining room table. And they would cry and laugh and drink coffee and talk. It was the sweetest, sweetest gathering. And they were to each other an intimate, caring, loving place where Mama could share her deepest fears. I often wish I could have been a kid hiding under the table. I'd love to know what they talked about, especially if they talked about me. If this is not a place where my tears are understood, where shall I go to cry? And if this is not a place where my spirit can take wings, where shall I go to fly? I don't need another place, always being on top of things. Everybody knows that it's a sham, yeah, you know. I don't need another place, I'm trying to impress you with just how good and virtuous I am. No, no, no. I don't need another place, we're always wearing smiles. Everybody knows not how you feel. I don't need another place to mouth the same old platitudes, 'cause you and I both know that it's not real. And if this is not a place where my questions can be asked, then where shall I go to seek? And if this is not a place where my heart cry can be heard, where shall I go to speak? I don't need another place for trying to impress you, just how good and virtuous I am. No, no, no. I don't need another place for always being on top of things. Everybody knows that it's a sham. Oh, you know. I don't need another place for always wearing smiles. Everybody knows that's not the way I feel. I don't need another place mouth those same old platitudes, 'cause you and I both know that it's not real. So if this is not a place where my tears are understood, where shall I go? Tell me, where shall I go to fly? Now, One of the things I believe very strongly is the word concert means we do something together. Con means together, and cert comes from the old word to play. So we're going to play together. And here's the way it's going to work. I have a little sing-along that we're going to do. It's called Bound Together. I'll teach it to you in a minute. And then there'll be a surprise. Okay, so let me show you how it goes. Wrong octave. Bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven with love. That's all there is to it. I'll sing it one more time. Bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven with love. Practice, here we go. Everybody, oh, we are bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven with love. Wonderful. Now, here's the fun part. Bound Together was originally composed to accompany what I call the Great Declaration. And the Great Declaration works this way. You're going to get out of your seat. You're going to move around this room, and you're going to find as many people as you can. And to each of them, you'll make some kind of contact, shake hands or an elbow bump or whatever, and you're going to say to them, you are the light of the world. Okay? It's a really, really, really simple thing. That's all you got to do. We're going to get up and move and say to as many people as you can, you are the light of the world. Off your seat, and 1 and 2, and here we go, and bound together. Bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven with love. Sing and dance in the morning sun. Sing and dance by the rivers running. Sing and dance in the pale moonlight now. Sing and dance and let your music echo in the night. Oh, now, bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven with love. Sing and dance in the city streets. Sing and dance, make the night grow sweeter. Sing and dance, gather everybody around. Sing and dance, let your music fill this weary town. Sing with me, bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven, we're bound together and finely woven with love. Oh, wait a minute, 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 wait a minute. You're doing fine. But the Great Declaration, has a second part. You are the light of the world. That's what we just said. What's the next part?
Let your light shine before all.
Yeah, what's the other? What? You are the what?
Light of the world.
What else? You are the
Salt of the earth.
Ah! That's what I wanted. You are the salt of the earth. 1, 2, here you go. You're together and finely woven. We're bound together and finely woven. We're bound together and finely woven with love. Yeah. Sing and dance, morning light. Sing and dance all night long. Oh, now sing and dance when you're happy. Sing and dance when sadness comes along. Oh, we are bound together, finely woven. We're bound together, bound together and finely woven. We're bound together and finely woven. We're bound together and finely woven with love. Finely woven with love. Sometimes I like to play with Bible stories. And several years ago, I got this idea. What would it be like if Bible stories were cell phone conversations? So I have a conversation between an angel and a young mother here. Ring! This is Mary. Who's this? Yeah, right. Gabriel. I don't know anybody named Gabriel. And Simon, if this is some kind of a trick, I haven't got time for jokes because my mother is ill. I'm cooking a chicken. I'm trying to keep my little baby brother from ruining the house. I really am. What? The angel Gabriel? You're talking to the wrong person. You ought to be talking to some rabbi. This is me, little Mary, little nobody Mary. You want to talk to me? Am I sitting down? Well, I wasn't, but I will. Okay, you have good news, big news for me. Okay, I wonder why my heart's going about 120 beats per minute. Go ahead. What? I'm going to be a mother. Okay, when I get married, that's a great idea. I'm going to be a mother soon? Like starting now? Have you talked to Joseph about this? Well, see, because I think maybe, it really would be good to let him in on it. I'm going to be the mother of who? No. This cannot be. This is a hoax. This is a very bad joke. This is not right. This cannot be. Not me. Not me. Not ever. No. Did you hang up on me? Hello? There's nobody on the line. Oh, gosh. I think I need to go and talk to somebody. So many things are happening to me that I don't understand. Visions and angels. A baby named Jesus, it's not what I planned. The plans I have made are like birds' nests blown down in the wind and the rain. I'm scattered like straw, and I can't quite tell where to find saneness again. Saneness again. I'll go tell Elizabeth. She'll understand. Tell my cousin Elizabeth. She'll hold my hand. She'll understand. go talk to Joseph. Well, I've talked to Joseph, but Joseph's a man. So many things that a woman can know that a man never can. Do I hear an amen? Amen. Joseph is practical. Joseph is worried with things of his own. And talking to Joseph is sometimes no better than being alone. Being alone. So I'll go tell Elizabeth. She'll understand. Tell my cousin Elizabeth. She'll hold my hand. She'll understand. Mostly I'm quiet. I keep things inside me. That's how I get by. But there's too much to handle, and I need someone near me to share a good cry, share a good cry. So many things are happening to me that she'll understand. Because now that she's pregnant, her life isn't going exactly as planned. The plans we both made are like birds' nests blown down in the wind and the rain. We're scattered like straw, and we can't quite tell where to find saneness again. Saneness again. I'm coming, Elizabeth, 'cause I'll understand. I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'll hold your hand. I'll understand. I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'll understand. I'm coming, Elizabeth. I'll hold your hand. I'll understand. I don't know exactly what they talked about when they were together. They spent quite a lot of time together. Elizabeth, of course, much too old to have a child, and Mary, much too young, and if the story is to be believed, not quite ready in many ways to have it. So there they are, the two women, drawn together by motherhood. And sometimes I think the whole church ought to be acting like a young mother's club. We come to each other and look each other in the face and say, what's God doing in your womb today, or this week, or this year? I don't know what they talked about, but I do know if there had been coffee in those days, there would have been a lot of cups of coffee consumed, like my mother's coffee clutch in the morning. A lot of cups of coffee. Well, the clock strikes 10. It's coffee time again. While the world is rushing to its judgment day, judgment day. We'll take a little time and we'll try to find the rhyme. And if it gets too hard, we'll laugh the time away. Well, I know you say you're busy, but the pace can make you dizzy. And your heart attack is just around the bend, around the bend. Come and leave it all behind you, 'cause the craziness can blind you. And besides all that, I sure do need a friend. There'll be time enough to fight the windmills and all the battles that never seem to end. So from now till quarter after, it's a cup of love and laughter. So come on, old friend, it's coffee time again. And there'll be time enough to fight the windmills and all the battles that never seem to end. So from now till quarter after, or from now till 20 after, or from now till 30 after, 40 after, 50 after, or from now till ever after, it's a cup of love and laughter. So come on, old friend, it's coffee time again. So, one of my other favorite mother stories from the Hebrew Scripture is the story of Hagar. Remember Hagar? So here's big man Abraham, the leader, the ruler, the with all the flocks and the herds, but he ain't got kids. And if he ain't got kids, who are you going to give all your inheritance to? So Abraham and Sarah have these long conversations. What are we going to do about the fact that we ain't got kids? And Sarah comes up with this brilliant idea. Abe, there's my handmaid. Her name is Hagar. And, if you and Hagar were to spend a little time together, she might have a son, and then we'll adopt him. Oh, I'm not sure about that, says Abe. And Sarai keeps talking and keeps encouraging, and so it happens. And sure enough, Hagar has a child. And the child is born, all is well. Abraham and Sarah are going to adopt this child, and everything is going well. In a manner of speaking, until Abraham gets an announcement from a couple of angels one day. They come by the tent to see, and they say, oh, by the way, Abraham, you're going to have a son. What? We're way too old to have a son. No, you're going to have a son. Sarah's going to give you a baby boy. And sure enough, 9 months later, Sarah has a baby boy. Now, what are we going to do here? You got two boys, one the son of the handmaid and one the son of the wife. And the inheritance can only go to one. Guess what is going to happen? Hagar, it's time for you and your son to leave the premises. But Abe, we're out in the middle of the desert. Yep. I'm sorry, but that's the way it's got to be. So he packs her a nice big lunch and sends her on her way. And here is Hagar now, out in the middle of the desert. What have I come to now? How could I ever know? Everything's crashing down on me, and I wish I could stop the show. I didn't ask for this. It's more than I bargained for. Everything's moving much too fast, and I don't think I can take much more. I've always wanted to stand for the things I believed, always wanted to do what was right. But it seems not to make any difference at all in the loneliness of tonight. Where do I go from here? Can I turn back somehow? And is my conviction worth the price? If nothing is gained by my sacrifice, am I a fool who just won't think twice? What have I come to now? Sometimes I wonder and wistfully dream about the days gone by, thinking of people and places that I've left behind me. Sometimes I wish maybe I'd chosen some other way. When on this road only trouble compounded I find, oh, pity me, pity me. Where do I go from here? Can I turn back somehow? Is my conviction worth the price? If nothing is gained by my sacrifice, am I a fool who just won't think twice? What have I come to? Where am I going to? What have I come to now? So Hagar eventually takes her child and puts him over here, quite far away, because she can't bear to hear the cry. And here she is, sitting in the middle of the desert, no food, no water. And all of a sudden, God comes along. Excuse me, would you mind taking a look right down there in front of you? I looked there before. There's nothing. Look again. It's a well. Yep, it's a well. Drink. She gets her baby, drinks water, drinks and drinks and drinks and drinks. And sooner or later, food shows up. And Hagar not only has a long life, but her descendants last for a very, very long time. Yeah. Well now, all right, here we go. When you're under the desert sun and you reckon you got nowhere left to run, whatever the season, your very life is a reason to hope in God. Running to stay alive, and you reckon you got no way to survive. Whatever the season, your very life is a reason to hope in God. Hope in God, yeah. Easy easy when you're talking it. Words are cheap, and we all know what to say. Just like Sister Hagar, harder when you're doing it. You're out in the desert with no food or water, and life is ebbing away. Yeah. When that storm cloud is kicking up waves, and you reckon your rowboat is just too far gone to save. Whatever the season, your very life is a reason to hope in God. Get ready. Ow, boom, boom, bum, bum, Oh, hope in God. It's easy when you're talking about it. Words are cheap, and we all know what to say. Just like Sister Hagar, harder when you're doing it. You're out in the desert with no food or water, and life is ebbing away. I said your life is ebbing away. I said your life is ebbing away. When your prison is locked up tight, and you reckon you got no way out tonight. Whatever the season, your very life is a reason. Whatever the season, your very life is a reason. Whatever the season, your very life is a reason. Yeah, don't give up. Don't give out. Don't give in. That's what it's all about. Don't give up. Don't give out. Don't give in. That's what it's all about. Whatever the season, your very life is a reason to hope in God. How many millions of mothers throughout the centuries have come to that place where you think, it's lost, it's gone, I don't know what I can do, it's hopeless, and then somehow life changes because you dared to stand and not give up and not die and not quit. You dared to continue to pour love into the world around you, into your children, into your spouse. How many millions of mothers? There's a great song that Judy Collins sings on one of her earlier albums. It's a song called Bread and Roses. And I'm going to sing a verse of that song and then move into a song that I learned back in the 60s from a group called Women Folk. The album title was Never Underestimate the Power of Women Folk. And it's a gorgeous album, as is Judy's album. If you want to have a tear-jerking experience, get the album called Bread and Roses, Judy Collins. It absolutely, the one song is just one you want to hear over and over again. So it starts like this. As we go marching, marching in the beauty of the day, a million darkened kitchens and 1,000 mill lofts gray are touched with all the radiance that a morning sun discloses, and the people hear us singing, bread and roses, bread and roses. As we go marching, marching, we're marching to 4 men. Well, they are women's children, and we mother them again. Our lives will not be sweated from birth until life closes. We long to have our bread, but give us roses. Here's the other song. Bring me a rose in the winter time, when it's hard to find. Bring me a rose in the winter time. I've got roses on my mind. Well, a rose is sweet most any time, and yet bring me a rose in the winter time. How easy we forget. Bring me a kiss when my baby's grown, when it's hard to find. Bring me a kiss when my baby's grown. I've got kisses on my mind. Well, a kiss is sweet most any time, and yet bring me a kiss when my baby's grown. How easy we forget. Bring me hope when I'm far from home, when it's hard to find. Bring me hope when I'm far from home, but hope is on my mind. Well, hope is sweet most any time, and yet bring me hope when I'm far from home. How easy we forget. Our lives will not be sweated from birth until life closes. And the people hear us singing, give us bread, but give us roses. I'm always amazed when I learn about refugees who come from another country, who come from a place where there is war and ravages of war, and where there is hopelessness. And one of the first things that happen when they come here, after basic necessities are met, Mama wants a little bit of aesthetic. So a flower, or a picture drawn on the wall, or a carving, or something woven, something to say there is beauty here. We want to cultivate it. So, we've come now to what is always my very, very favorite part of the show. This is the part where you get to help write the songs. And those of you who've been around me before know how this works. We're going to have a time of storytelling. I'm going to ask you to tell me a story about a person who was a motherer. Doesn't have to be a woman. There are lots of guys who are motherers, who are protectors, who care for you. And I'm going to ask you to tell me that story. What happened? What was a significant moment of mothering that you experienced? And then I'll do my very best to take that story and turn it into a song. And so we're going to have a microphone that's all ready for you to go up to stand by the mic, or we have a microphone that we can take to you if it's difficult for you to get up on your feet. Okay? Got the idea? Say yes. Yes. Say uh-huh. Uh-huh. Are you ready? Say I'm ready. I'm ready. Do you have a story? Say I have a story. I have a story. Okay, a little bit weak on the story part. Okay, let me start like this. Fly with me on the wings of your story. Take me to some place you know. Run with me down roads you have traveled. I want to follow where you choose to go. Sail with me down the rivers of your memory. We'll sail together, 'cause there's so much to see. Fly with me on the wings of your story. Time's all we need, my friend. Come story with me. So, who's going to be my first storyteller about a mothering person in your life?
Ken. It's Mark.
All right.
Hi. I'll get us started, if that's okay.
All right. Okay.
I want to tell you about Carolyn. Carolyn was my middle school band director, and when I was a junior in high school, my parents were at the beginning of a very difficult divorce, and I was set to teach in the summer school program in my town with Carolyn, because she knew I wanted to be a music educator. And I was telling her about my home situation, and she recognized that it might be a good idea for me to be out of the house for the summer and possibly give my parents space to work through their difficult time as well. So she went to my mother and asked her, I think Mark would do well if he lived with me this summer. And in my mother's wisdom, I think she understood that that was probably a good idea for my parents and for me. And so Carolyn and her brand new marriage, she had just gotten married that year, blended family, her 2 young daughters, married the guy who ran the music store in town, welcomed me into their home and gave me a place to be that was safe and loving. And she has always been a second mom to me, and I'll always be grateful to her because of what she did.
There's nothing quite like being in the band. There's nothing like a band playing band. I'll keep playing my whole life long. I'll become good. I'll become strong. But things don't go so well in my life. I think I'm overwhelmed with the strife. I need a place, a quiet space. I need a place to grow and live my life. I need a place free of all this strife. She's the director of the band. She has pity on this young man. No, it's a whole lot more than pity. I think it's something like love. And she says, Mark, I think you need to move, at least for the summer. Mark, I think you need to move. I think I hear the trumpet sounding, telling me that life can be mine again. I think I hear the band is playing. Mark, you truly found a friend. And so she takes me in that year, and life will never be the same. I grew strong and sure and brave, and Miss Carol was her name. And I will never be the same. So, who has a story about a mothering person? Who's got one? Double dog dare ya. Who's gonna go? All right.
I would like to talk about Janine. My mother died when I was a senior in high school, and I couldn't go to the college of the choice that my mother had graduated and all of her family had graduated from. And my brother met Janine in France, and they married when I was in the 4th grade. And I loved Janine with all of my heart. And she came and lived with us for a while when he got out of the service. But after my mother died, they invited me to move to Florida. And I lived with them while I went to college. And then I lived with them when I worked at the Kennedy Space Center. And then right after Ed and I met 10 years ago, my brother suddenly died, and Janine called me. And so Ed and I went to the funeral, but when we got there, Janine opened the door, saw Ed, and actually fell into his arms, literally. And he held her, and that was the greatest memory I've got. And then in 2017, we took part of her ashes to France to bury him with her parents, and the other part were with my brother. She will always remain my second mother. She was wonderful. She taught me everything.
Oh, Janine, I hardly know how to start. Oh, Janine, you're the mother of my heart. Oh, Janine, you loved me oh so well. It's your story I love to tell. I remember when you opened that door. You fell into his arms. I'll remember forevermore. You loved us with a love so profound. I wish I had a whole big sky to write it down. Oh, Janine, you meant so much to me. Oh, Janine, you opened my eyes and let me see. Oh, Janine, you were with me so many lonely nights when I could not fight the fight, when I could not find the light. Oh, Janine, I keep your ashes near me. I almost think that you can hear me. I wonder if you're near me in some very special way. Oh, Janine, I owe you so much of my life today. Oh, yeah. A mothering person. Who's got it? Who's got a mothering person? We're getting started now. We got lots of stories in the room. I'd love to hear a few of them. Who's going to go next?
I'll go up.
All right.
I have one.
Good.
Hi. This is Bridget again from this morning. I want to talk about my mom. So I'm the oldest of three. And after we all left the house, my mom, she always cries anytime we visit and then we have to go, even if we're going to be back pretty soon. She lives in Iowa. But to kind of keep this mothering part of her heart, we have a family dog named Roscoe, and he's really old and really crusty, and sometimes he's not the most pleasant dog to be around, but she calls him her fur baby, and is kind of the toddler, the forever toddler that she can have and mother. So could you make a song about my mom as an empty nester and our crusty old dog, Roscoe?
He's a crusty old dog, but we love him just the same. He's a crusty old dog, and Roscoe is his name. There's my mom, always with a toddler in hand, always living in Mama Land. He's an old, old dog, he's no longer young. Sometimes he can be a grouchy one, Mama loves him just the same, even though Cantankerous is his name. Oh, Roscoe, you'll never, never know what you've done. He'd help the loving flow. Oh, Roscoe, be as stubborn as you will, but you'd better know so well she loves you still. So, Mother, Let's hope he does not die. You need him to keep the love light in your eyes. And Mama, we love him just the same. Even though cantankerous, even though sometimes stubborn, even though disagreeable, even though Roscoe is his name. Time for a couple more stories. Who's got one? Love these stories.
Oh, come on.
I'm a patient man. All right.
So this is Karen. This is a story about my mom as a grandma. My daughter was in her first year of college during COVID, my daughter Amanda, and it was really tough, and she was having a really hard time with all the isolation. And she was talking to my parents on the phone one night, and they just heard how lonely she was sounding, and they said, we're coming and we're gonna have dinner, but you couldn't go to dinner anywhere. The restaurants hadn't figured out takeout yet. There was nowhere to go. They weren't allowed in the dorm. So my mom packed up a pot of soup and they gassed up the RV and they drove the RV up to her college campus and they rolled up in front of her dorm in the skinny streets of Cleveland. and she came out, and then they had to figure out where to park. So they're circling around downtown Cleveland trying to find somewhere to go, and they found a lot. And the security guard let them in, and my mom explained what they were doing, that her granddaughter just really needed some food from home. And they invited the security guard to dinner and soup, but he declined. So they sat apart from each other in the RV with all the windows open, and they had homemade soup, and they played a game, and then they took her back to campus, and that's kind of how she managed to get her way through that semester.
Now I'm a security guard in this big old parking lot. Things usually go well, but tonight they did not. Down the street, there comes this great big RV. All at once I realized they're headed straight for me. Y'all hold up. You cannot be here. Sir, she said, let me tell you what we're doing here. This is my granddaughter, and she's feeling all alone. So we want to give her just a taste of home. Now I want to tell you, I'm not a kind of guy who'll cry. On that night, there were almost tears in my eye. Come on in, I'll give you everything I got. And you can hold up in my parking lot. And then the strangest invitation came. Asked me to dinner and didn't even know my name. That's some kind of weird love if you're asking me. But I got my duty to do, and it's calling me. So I never did take their invitation up. But I want to tell you that night there was joy alive in my cup. Seeing that kind of love all around made me kind of think I was standing on the holy ground. Ever since that day, I've been changed. My life's been slightly rearranged. I'm looking for love everywhere, and I'm finding traces of it here and there. So I'm thanking those people in that big RV, and I'm thanking you for what you did for a guy like me. You did not even know my name, no, no, but you kind of changed my life just the same. Yeah, there you go. One more story. Who's got it? One last story. Who's going to be my storyteller? Because I know there are lots of them in this room. We got somebody? We're going to...
I'm trying.
I know you're working at it. You're working at it. Well, you know, if...
Wait, we have one? Yeah?
All
Use that
right,
mic.
come on.
I can, but you've heard my story. This is Amy. You heard some of my stories this morning. Actually, what I was thinking about was I was with the Coriopolis United Methodist Church yesterday as they celebrated their 175th anniversary, 100 years in the building that they're in. And I pastored that church for 4 years. I arrived there for my take-in with the SPRC when my daughter was 5 weeks old. And my son was almost 2, not yet 2. And in those 4 years, so we started there with an 18-month-old and a newborn, and was only with them for 4 years. But I was thinking as I was hearing all your stories, how much they mothered me as I was caring for those babies. And the ways that they surrounded us. And there was a dear woman named Jeannie. She was Grace's, some of you might remember, she was my daughter Grace's confirmation sponsor last year, because when Grace had to think of a sponsor, she said, Jeannie's the first person that ever welcomed me to church, because when I would walk in on Sunday morning with a newborn, Jeannie would take her every single week, and I wouldn't see her for 4 hours because she'd take her off and keep her all morning long while I did my thing. And they just cared for us so beautifully, and it was so good to be with them yesterday. And it made me think about the ways that they mothered me as I was mothering my little ones.
Mother Church, we've called you for 2,000 years. Mother Church, we've called you in our joy and in our tears. Mother Church, we've called you, and sometimes We did not even know just what it meant, just what it signified, just what it meant, and how it's supposed to go. Mother Church, we've called you. Did we get it right? Sometimes you've been a cruel, cruel mistress, sending us out into the night, telling us who's out and who is in. No mother's love. Sometimes that's how it's been. Sometimes you're more of a witch than a mother. And sometimes you've set your children against each other. Once in a while, you get it right. And that's when I know there's still hope, and there is still light. So I give thanks for every church that understands her task is to extend her mothering hands. And I shall do the best that I can do to be a mother, to be a shepherd, to be a guide, to be a helper to a mothering church like you. Well, tell you what, everybody, all the books that they write about concerts say you're supposed to begin with a bang, which kind of we did, and you're supposed to end with a bang. A great big, huge number. We're not going to do that today, just because I love breaking the rules. We're going to end kind of gently and kind of softly and kind of reflectively and kind of meditatively. I do want to say some thank yous.38 to my manager and sound technician and traveling companion and booking agent, Beverly Vandermolen, for 38 years of wonderful work together, starting our 39th year. Thank you to the tech crew from this church who have gone way out of their way to help us put all this stuff together. Thank you, Mark, for all your wonderful gifts and for being a wonderful host. Thank you, pastors and this church. What you have created here is nothing short of miraculous. It is. And thank you for every person who showed up today for this little Mother's Day affair. And I hope all of you who have mothering people in your life will give them a rose in the winter. Now, you know the tune, little Welch tune. All through the night. All you have to do is sing the all through the night part, and I'll sing the rest. And I'd love for you to stand up if you're able. And I would love to have you make contact with a person next to you if holding hands is not the deal for you. Elbows extended or arms extended would be great. But let's make some kind of physical contact, okay? And I'll do the verse part, and you do the all through the night part, okay? And here we go. Go your way and hope attend you. May she peace and courage send you. May she ever stand beside you. In the treacherous darkness guide you, in her loving kindness hide you. Be the shelter in the danger. Cherished friend and welcome stranger. You are love, the night confounding. You are hope, the world surrounding. In your souls the song is sounding. So good night, everybody. Thank you for coming. Yeah, thank you so much.
Ken, on behalf of St. Paul's, thank you so much for your gifts. Thank you so much for being here and being part of our family for the day. We are so grateful. Thank you. And thank you, friends, for being here. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Take care.